Hi, Lucy. We're going to begin a new series called The Five Stepping Stones of Victory. In this series, we're going to explore 1 Samuel chapter 17, the battle between David and Goliath. We're going to look at three important things that happened before the battle. It's important for us to look and see what was the determination between victory and defeat for the armies of Israel. First thing we need to know is we need to know the command post position. That's always God's position in any and every battle that we face. In Genesis chapter 1, 26 and 27, the Bible says that we were created in his image. Both male and female were created in his image and his likeness. We were created to have dominion, to rule, and to reflect his glory. God's position for you and I is that we would be victorious in any and every battle that we face. Second thing that we need to know is we need to know the enemy's current position. What are we up against? What are the forces of the enemy? In 1 Samuel 17:1, it reads, "Now the Philistines gathered their armies together to battle and were gathered at Succoth, which belongs to Judah. They encamped between Succoth and Azekah in Ephes Dammim." We see three things here. First of all, the Philistines, the enemies, had the offense advantage over the Israelites. Secondly, it says that they had a foothold because they crossed over, they trespassed into Judah's land. Thirdly, it says that they encamped in Ephes Dammim, which was supposed to be a safe area. So they had the advantage, they had trespassed, and they had a stronghold established in the territory of Judah. But we need to know why. What was the reason why the enemy had that advantage over God's people? Okay, so we need to know our own current position. Well, in 17 verse 2, it says, "And Saul and the men of Israel were gathered together, and they encamped in the valley of Elah, and drew up in battle array against the Philistines." It seems as though they had some things going going good for them. First of all, Saul was the leader. The Bible says that he was a head taller than all the rest. So he's the king and he's the leader. Then it says that the armies were gathered. In 1 Samuel 15:4, it tells us that the armies of Israel were 210,000 men strong. So they seemed to have a strong army. Then it says they were gathered together. It seems as though they were unified. They had a position in that valley, and they were in battle line, the same way they had done before in previous battles when they were victorious. So we need to ask, why did they fail? Why was it that when David arrived on the scene, the armies of Israel were shaking in fear and they were being conquered by one man? Well, we need to look at 1 Samuel chapter 15. God had given King Saul an order to go fight against the Amalekites. King Saul decided that he would do it his own way and that he would obey God in part. But partial obedience is disobedience. And whenever there's disobedience in our lives in any area, we cannot have the victory. So this is the reason why, even though they seemed to be strong, 210,000 men strong, they were allowing one man to be the shot caller and have victory over them. Even though they seemed to be unified and they stood in a line, in array, a battle line, they were copying patterns of previous victories. But the presence of God and the power of God was absent because of disobedience. So before you begin your battle, ask the Lord, are there areas of disobedience in your life? Because disobedience leads to failure. Obedience leads to victory. God bless you.